Page 46, the Skaters. Actually, I call it the Skaters Waltz. It's a waltz. John Thompson has done a really nice job in arranging this for piano solo. I remember when I was a little kid and I went through this series, I don't know, junior high, 7th, 8th, somewhere in there, and I would play this. I just played it over and over. I enjoyed it so much. It's just really nice. It was fun to play because it's got some syncopation going on. Well, let's talk about it. It's 3 sharps. We're in the key of A major. Go do the scale video on A major. 2 octaves up and down, and F sharp minor too while you're at it. It has 3 sharps also. I want to talk about this one hand at a time. Starting with the right hand. Now we're in bass clef on both stabs here, so the right hand is down here. Hold these notes down. This is the melody. That's the melody. So it's... I do a 4th finger on the quarter note because there are times in piano where you have to cross over. If you just relax, it's like crossing over the thumb, where you relax the thumb, you can move. Same thing with it, you just relax, you can come over. And then 5th finger, so it's here. And here, the last measure, the first line, I do a 1-2 on that, because again, I'm going to cross over. Here I don't have to connect them so much because it's a new phrase, but I'll get to the phrasing in a minute. You can, if you want, use 5th finger again. And they're saying thumb. If that doesn't work for you, use 2nd finger. Because then you can play this. And that last note is still tied. You don't play it, you can just hang on to it. 1 off. Top of page 47, same thing in 2nd ending. And then immediately you got to come up here. And you're just alternating. It's here, but you're doing it in 3-4 times, so it throws it off. It gives it that hemiola effect, sort of. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And then the 3rd line down, 2nd measure, it's a trill. He's written it out. And the fingering is up to you. If you can stay on 3 and 4, that's fine. They're changing it to 2 here. Because in the 4th line down, the last note is a B. Here, and then you go back to that. And that's basically what you're doing. They go down to the bottom of the page. The last 4 measures or so, you're here. You can do a 2-4 on that instead of a 1-4 on that if you need to. On page 48, here, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and. I'll come back to the little grace note in a minute. Just it's 1 rest, note rest, note rest, note rest. Again, it's syncopated. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That top note, by the way, is an A. You could figure that out, I'm sure. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. E sharp, and then hold the F sharp down. And you repeat that. Let's go on. The last 2 lines, you're up here, 4-2. Again, it's a trill, and this is typical fingering. There's other fingerings, but this is fine. We need practice at this. And again, here or here, but I would encourage you to use the 3-1 for the practice. You're going to do that a while, and then the last 2 measures, you come back up here. Then at the top of page 49, 4th measure over is chromatic. 2, 1, 3. That's fine. And it's an F sharp. You can do a 3 here, so you can do a 2-5 if you need to. Otherwise, whichever. And then you're back to the theme you did at the beginning. Last 2 lines. At the bottom, you start with the 3rd measure. You're here and you come up here. 3. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1. Back down here, bass clef. And stay in bass clef. 2-5 is fine. And do a 1-4, 2-5. Left hand, starting out here, rest, rest. Isn't this fun? Oh boy. Again, to start with, you play them legato except for the rest. 2, 3. See, because you got rests, you can use thumb on that because you don't need your finger. You can lift them up and you can do thumb on that. Okay. You got rests and you can do that. So forth. Let's go to top of page 47. You're here. That's an A. And come up here. It's a D and an E. I do 5th finger. You can do 4th if you want. So forth. 3rd line down, 3rd measure. That ugly thing. It's a G sharp, and a B sharp, and an F sharp. Oh boy. Big hands, you can do that. Otherwise, their fingering's fine. And now we got treble clef. Hold the note down. Hold that down as you play these notes. F sharp, G sharp, B sharp. And then your bass clef again. See, that torture didn't last long. You were down here fine. Page 48 at the bottom. Again, we're back to this 2 sharps here. Just hold the dotted half note down. And we're back to what we were doing. Put the hands together slowly. You're here. Again, we're still legato here. Now we want to try and get the hands to work together. You have that pattern going. At the beginning, it's just we split it between the 2 hands, so the right hand is helping the left hand outplay it. Because technically the left hand can play it all at the beginning. It's just easier to let the right hand help it, so that's what he's done. He's got the right hand helping out. Top of page 47, you're here. And that just goes on. There's no hesitation or nothing. You got to keep it going. 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3. That's just a quarter note there. So work that out. Jump over to the top of page 48. Here, it's a 1, 2, and 3, and 1. So it's the second beat. 1. And you cross over it to get that. So, because you're playing a black key here, the right hand is going to be higher up because of the black key. So again, if you have to, just raise your wrist up out of the way so your left hand has room to move here. So your left hand is here. Because it's got to go here, and that's in the way. So get that right hand out of the way. And then you do it again. it's not so easy because it's a black key. You got to get way up here and raise your wrist so your left hand can do its thing. Use the thumb on that last note. So the last two measures, the second line, you're here. Because you're playing the same note. The right hand's playing the dotted half note C sharp. And the next measure, the first beat, the left hand wants that note. So the right hand's got to get off it. That's fine because the right hand's got to get up here. And then thumb here. It's a little awkward, so you have to work out these hand movements because the beat has to flow. People are waltzing to this. You don't want them falling over each other because you hesitate and the beat went away. And then on the fourth line down with the trill thing, this is just kind of a little going on in there. So you're changing chords here and so forth. So the last two measures, hold that note down. And then you're back to your waltz you did at the beginning. Let's jump down to the last two lines. You're here, you're finishing up the waltz. Up here. Here to a B. That's all it is. And up here, again, same notes, an octave higher, and then here. And then the left hand's way here, you're still treble clef. And over here, now bass clef. Like so, you're moving around a lot. I went a little fast. You take this really, really, really super slow to make sure the hands are working together and you got everything where it's going, because it's ugh. And then you can go back and you can add the articulation. I'm going to do articulation and dynamics together to shorten the video up a little bit. But here at the beginning it's legato. And it's soft, and espressivo is expressively. You got to get to know the piece before you can do the expressively part. You got to get comfortable with it, and then you can feel it, and then you can get expressive. Bring out the top note. That's what we want to hear. This is soft. Everything else is very soft. Now you're going to get a little louder, and it's up to about moderately soft and down. Don't get loud. Come back. Now you're at moderately loud. Come down there at the end. Let's go on top page 47. You're soft here, so soft. This is what we want to hear. This left hand has to be very soft. When you have an accent, this brings out the syncopation. Now sforzando. I don't like the idea of doing a sforzando all of a sudden when you're being soft and sweet and silly. So be careful on, don't overdo the sforzando. It's more like, to me, it's more like an accent, a strong accent. But and you're getting louder. And here, that's what we want to hear. So it's here. And you're getting softer. And you're going to retard there. You see the retardando? So it's... And then all tempo means take off again softly. Now there's a crescendo here that people will make the mistake, well, suddenly they're loud. No, you're still soft here. The crescendo is to gradually get louder, and you don't get loud until at the bottom. See where the forte is? That's loud. So you have to plan it out because you've got several measures to go from soft to loud. So I might stay soft for the first couple measures, and then I'll come up to sort of medium loud for a couple measures. Now moderately loud for the next couple measures. Now I'm loud. So I I took my time in getting it. I planned it out. So it's 2 measures of soft. Don't get loud till the end. So again, you got to plan. It's a little tricky because the left hand's got changing. You're changing that each time. At the top of page 48, now you're loud and you go up. Actually, I think you should start moderately loud and go up to loud. So, and this grace note is very quick, right? All the grace notes are very quick. Different people play them differently. I can't tell you one way or the other. Your teacher will have to. I play it on the beat. Some people play it before the beat. You'll have to decide. It's a quick. Most of the time you can't tell if it's on the beat or before the beat. So it's here. And these are staccatos here. You want to feel it, go up to here. Here you have to figure it out. Here, just work those 2 measures out. That's tricky. You just work it out really, really, really slowly. And then the 4th line down, it's just the right hand's all connected. This is like where they're spinning around or twirling or whatever they're doing on their skates or whatever. Get a little louder, a little soft. See the tenuto, the T, that's 2 notes, it's like a horizontal line. Just hang on to that. You bring it out a little bit. The last 2 measures of the page 48. Now you're going to go up to loud here. The staccato, I don't know that you need accents on them. You're loud already. It's close enough. And then, without any hesitation or anything, the beat just keeps going. Now you're soft and smooth again. We want that contrast between that soft. Then go down to the last 2 lines. You're here. Staccato here. This is soft accent. We want it to last throughout. Not a strong accent, just an accent. And those upward arrows at the end, that's a strong accent. So that sideways arrows is just an accent, give it a little extra oomph. This gives it more oomph. The sforzando's the biggest. That gives it lots of oomph. Yeah, that's a major accent. Then, on top of that, we add the pedal. The pedal mainly for overtones. We don't really need it to help us connect too much, but we would like some overtones. Play with the sound a little bit. And it's going to be lag pedal. That is, the pedal lags behind the hand. So I push the notes down first and then the pedal. I want to start the sound before I release the dampers, is the idea. At the beginning, it's the notes and then the pedal. And you're going to lose your rest. We don't care. We want the sound. Just don't hold the note down. It's just a quarter note. I lift up as I play that note, and that's the last measure of the page. Lift up as I play the note to get rid of the sound. And then you need to repeat that, but let's go on top of page 47. They're pedaling the first measure, and then they're not pedaling any of this. But you can, if you want, try experiment and use a waltz style pedaling. There's different kinds of waltz style. What I'm referring to is you pedal the first beat of each measure to reinforce the natural accent. So we get that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You get the idea of a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, until the third line down on the trills. You can pedal that first beat to reinforce the sforzando. So now you're going to pedal this, slow it down, and then back to this. And you can connect this, this fourth line down, first two measures, you can connect those. You don't have to lift up because it kind of leads into it. So I would separate them. So forth. Now they're showing you in the last two lines, the next to the last line down there, the last two measures, they're showing you the waltz pedal. You're pedaling the first beat. And now it's building up in intensity, so now we're using more pedal for more overtones, more excitement. Oh boy, here we go. And I would overlap pedal this. But don't pedal this. You know, do it all with the hands there. We want the staccato. So the last three measures or so, it's here. Like so. At the top of page 48. We're not going to pedal this. Because this is light and staccato, so we don't pedal until we get to the dotted half note. This helps us a little bit because now we can get off that key. Because our hand's in the way. Lift up as you play this, we get a staccato. And then go on. So forth, and let's go on down. No pedal on this. You can, if you want, pedal the first beat to reinforce the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then here, again, I don't know, it's not showing any pedaling here, but I tend to want to pedal this a little more. Don't pedal it too much because you'll blur this. That's too much. So maybe just the first beat again. And don't pedal that, we want staccato here. And what you can do, it's a little tricky. This is the last two notes that are on the first line on page 49, this. You can pedal them with the note. Do your staccato pedal. You're just adding overtones to those notes is all. Generally, you don't do that until you get the sforzandos and things where you want lots of sound. This is loud, and if you add accents to that, that makes it very loud. Well, if you pedaled it, that would sort of give you the accent effect. So, and then we're back to our expressive soft. You get the idea? And then the last two lines are here. Softly, staccato. We don't pedal this, of course, it's staccato. Then crescendo. And again, you can use the staccato pedal with the last two notes. It goes down with the notes and up with the notes. Down with the hands, up with the hands. Yeah, wax on, wax off. There. It just adds the overtones to those notes just for an instant. But it changes the sound, so try it. This is a great piece to play for people. You don't have to play it this fast. You can play it at whatever speed you want to go. Just go real nice and slow. Whatever speed you want to take it, but be consistent in your speed without or throughout the whole thing. You know.